What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video here on the Entertainment Channel. Thanks for coming through. If it's your first time, second time, fifth time, I appreciate the love, y'all. The Ant Farm is steadily growing. Today, I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls, guys. I'm going to talk about my Chicago Bulls, arguably the most mediocre team in all of the NBA, maybe one of the most mediocre teams in all of sports. We never really get to the top of the mountain, at least not since the 90s when I was a baby. And we never really get to the bottom of the mountain either. So we're kind of stuck in the middle. Maybe a sensitive subject, but kind of like those people that just get left back on Mount Everest. They're not at the top. They're not at the bottom. They're just kind of frozen in the middle. That's the Chicago Bulls. This is going to be the third straight season we're going into the play-in game. So that's what I'm going to talk about first. Chicago Bulls bound once again to be back in the play-in tournament, which are the bottom four teams in the Eastern Conference playing for a chance to get into the playoffs. Then I also want to talk about why either Josh Giddey or Coby White need to be traded. Yes, you heard me correctly. The two guys probably playing the best on our team right now, Coby White, Josh Giddey. One of those dudes definitely has to go, if not both. And that's if we want to get serious about winning. So let me talk a little bit here about the play-in tournament. So if we look a little bit at these stats that have happened in these last couple of years, in 2023, Chicago Bulls finished with a 10 seed in the East. They beat the Raptors in the first game of the play-in tournament, then they lost to the 7 seed Miami Heat. In 2024, they finished 9th. They beat Atlanta. Then they got eliminated again by the Miami Heat. Then this year, currently in 2025, we're 9th in the East, about to be in the play-in tournament, playing against you-know-who, the Miami Heat. So Bulls, same old Bulls, just a different day. Same old Bulls, just a different year. No matter who's in our jersey, we're just kind of stuck in the middle, and it's the worst place to be as an NBA fan. You can't really get excited about the wins. You're definitely not excited about the losses, but you feel like there's no real direction going for the team, and that's how I feel right now for this Bulls team. I mean, people are giving so much hype, like, hey, Josh Giddey, he did almost have a quadruple-double. We'll give him some love. We'll give Josh the quadruple-double. You can't hate on that. I think it was like the first person since, like, Wilt Chamberlain, something crazy along those lines, but people are giving crazy love. Josh Giddey, Coby White, a lot of hype going out there. But no matter what, we're still in the same position. So it's confusing that, you know, the Bulls organization keep talking about winning. They say they want to make it somewhere, and we end up in the same exact place. Even when we had Levine, we had DeRozan, ended up in the same place. Now we have Coby White, we have Josh Giddey, end up in the same place. Same coach, same place, same GM, same whatever you want to say. They're doing the same thing over and over again. And, you know, just like in real life, there's people that succeed. Those people don't try doing the same thing over and over and over because you know that's not going to lead to anything. We're just that mediocre person. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's you. Everybody knows that person that's like, bro, just try. Do something different. Blow up your life. Quit your job. Do something that you've never wanted to do before. Break out of your comfort zone. The Bulls do not do that. We're in constant mediocrity. They're cool with, you know, having that 9-to-5 job, going home, having enough money to pay the bills, enough money to pay your phone, enough money to pay the internet, have a couple of drinks with your friends, and that's just about it. That's where the Bulls are right now. We don't have any all-star. We don't have any potential all-star. We don't really have anybody besides maybe the rookie Matas Buzelis that you want to build around, and that's why we're in the play-in tournament yet again, guys. And the thing that's crazy is I was like, man, maybe we can lose the rest of the games this year. Right now, there's 6.5 games ahead of Toronto, who's currently 11th in the East. So the Bulls, there's only 10 games left. They'd have to pretty much lose all of their games. Raptors would have to win almost all of their games in order to jump us. So we're locked in, y'all. Let me see if I can pull up the standings here. This is what it looks like for today. Bulls, Heat, and then winner's going to pretty much go on to either play, depending on the highest seed that finishes, most likely the Cavs or the Celtics. What are we doing here? I mean, I think it'd be a good idea maybe for the rookie to get some experience. You get him out there. But just making this play-in tournament, it's lowering our chances to getting a higher lottery pick. And this is a year that you want to win the lottery. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Tank for Cooper Flag, tank for Cooper Flag, tank for Cooper Flag. And what have we done? Win a bunch of 500 basketball. 32-40, 9 games, or 9th in the East. Same place we've been in. And it just really proves to you that this organization has no idea what they're doing. We've been in basically mediocrity since Michael Jordan left. We had a couple brief years where Derrick Rose, you know, had a short career with us, had his MVP. A few years after that with Jimmy Butler, Gasol, and that was short-lived. And we weren't even able to make it to an NBA Finals, even though we got to an Eastern Conference Finals. But right now, we're just stuck in the same spot, and I really don't even know what to do anymore, man. As a Bulls fan, you try to get excited. I try to get pumped up. Then I start looking here, like, at their roster, and it's hard, guys. It's hard to get excited for a team that has no pieces that build towards the future. We got how many guards on this team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 guards on our team. Lonzo, yeah, he's 6'6", 6'8". But not a lot of opportunity. Coby White in his 5th year, you kind of know what he is. Lonzo Ball, 5th year, has a lot of potential. Dude just stays injured. Josh Giddey, only 22 years old, but I really don't see him as like a building block for a championship team. Javon Carter, 6th-year backup guard. Jalen Smith, Vucevic, Isles hurt. Jameer Young, have no idea who he is. Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, Matas Buzelis, Julian Phillips. You look at this roster, there's really not a lot we're going to be able to do. There's not really anybody here that's valuable in terms of like an immediate, you know, LaVine and DeRozan had those names, and the LaVine hype definitely died down, and we didn't really end up getting much in return for him. But a lot of these bad teams, you look at a Hornets team, you look at the Wizards, they don't have anybody, but the Hornets, Sixers, you know, some of these teams, they got at least a solid player. The rest of the team is pretty horrible. Out in the West, kind of a different story. New Orleans definitely have, you know, Zion on their team. San Antonio, Wembanyama's out. Portland rebuilding. Dallas has had some injuries. Utah Jazz in a complete rebuild. But at least they're doing it right. They're not trying to win. The Bulls, we're in a complete rebuild, but we keep picking up a bunch of these like random middle-tier guys that in the Eastern Conference, you're going to win some games. You know, like Kevin Huerter's not bad. Patrick Williams, not bad. Vucevic, not bad. Jalen Smith, not bad. Josh Giddey, not bad. But they're also not really good. These guys all have a very limited ceiling on them. And that's why the Bulls need to trade Coby White or Josh Giddey. When you take a look at our roster, those are probably the only two guys besides Matas Buzelis that have some trade value. Yeah, I think Vucevic might have some value, but at 34, probably going on 35, already very slow defensively, already slowing down offensively. I don't think he really has a lot of potential on the trade market. But I do think that Coby White, Josh Giddey, you would be able to get some type of value for them. I don't think they're necessarily maybe even the 5th or 6th best player on a really good team. Maybe they're 8th or 9th. Maybe they're 10th or 11th. I don't know. But I don't see them as, you know, those top level players. When you look at the Eastern Conference standings, who we got to go through, how are they going to fare up against against Garland and Donovan Mitchell? How would Giddey and Coby White go up against Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum? Even against Brunson, Mikal Bridges, like you start to see where they stack up. And these other teams right here, even Indiana, Halliburton, they got Halliburton, they got Siakam, even Nembhard, Detroit Pistons, young Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey when he comes back. The Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, they're maybe a little susceptible. Lillard, hopefully he's all right, out with the blood clot right now in his calf. But all of these teams, that 1-2 punch, like where is that going to get us? Maybe 6th in the East, maybe 5th, going home in the first round, maybe a second round if things line up right. And that, to me, is just not what we need. We've been doing something like that similarly the last few years. And before that, too, when we had those other teams, even with the Nate Robinsons, Nazir Muhammad's, all these type of teams, we were like 5th, 6th, doing decent, doing good, but no real, like, next step to get to. So Josh Giddey, Coby White, I really think that currently they would be those players out of this roster. So you take a look at this roster, and that's why I think the Bulls need to trade either Coby White or Josh Giddey. And these are a couple of reasons why. So number one, both are those guards who need the ball. They need the ball in their hands to be effective on offense. They're not really going to be standstill spot-up shooters. Number two, they're both not good on-ball defenders. So, yeah, Josh Giddey does get a lot of steals, plays the passing lanes, but both of them one-on-one defending, talking about some of these matchups, they're going to get cooked. Neither of them are going to be those defenders that you need currently with those wings right now in the NBA. Third, they're both due to be paid soon. So, Giddey's a restricted free agent after this year, and Coby White's an unrestricted free agent after next year. So, I don't want to pay both. Maybe one, probably neither. And then fourth, I just don't see the combo of White and Giddey leading to winning basketball. The stats have been good, Playing style looks cool, but this is what happens when average players are on a bad team. They put up a bunch of numbers. It looks good, but you realize that that's not necessarily going to lead to winning. And that's what I want to do eventually. We're not in a position where, you know, we have time to just waste on these players, guys. We haven't won a championship in almost 30 years. Almost my whole life existence. They haven't won. No, they won while I was like a child, so that doesn't count to me. But that's why I think why the Bulls need to trade Coby White or Josh Giddey. Number one, both guards who need the ball to be effective on offense. Long-term, not really a good fit. Number two, they're both not good on-ball defenders. In the Eastern Conference, with the Cavs, with the Knicks, especially with Boston, you need some good defenders at every position. Number three, they're both due to be paid soon. So Giddey's a restricted free agent this year. Coby's going to be unrestricted after next year. I don't want to pay both. I definitely don't want to pay both. I maybe want to pay one out of the two, but we'll see how that goes. And then number four, I just don't see that combo of White and Giddey leading to winning basketball. It looks cool. It's fun. They put up some good stats here and there, but realistically, we all know that's not going to take us anywhere, especially when it comes to winning in the Eastern Conference. So I think they need to make that move ASAP. Either got to trade Coby White or Josh Giddey. Let me know what you guys think. Who would you get rid of? Josh Giddey, Coby White? Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. But the next question after that, though, is honestly, who has more trade value? Josh Giddey or Coby White? It's a hard one. I think about it, and you know, you see who has more trade value. If you were to trade one, Coby White, Josh Giddey. I'd rather have probably the Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis combo, but I also think that Josh Giddey has a lot more trade value than Coby White. You know, I could see teams like, you know, maybe the Spurs, Orlando, the Rockets that need like a point guard, need someone that can facilitate. They kind of have everything else, probably coming off of the bench if Giddey goes to one of these teams. And Coby could have some value, but he's just a smaller combo guard, and not as many teams are in need of that position. Not every team needs a 6'1" guard to come off the bench and just score a ton of points. So I honestly think both of them are maybe the 6th, 7th best player on a good team, not necessarily a winning team. So I think if we want to improve, we got to get rid of one of these guys, y'all. I know people are becoming fans of Coby White. I know people like Josh Giddey. It's kind of like a low value, high sell, like, you know, playing the crypto game. Maybe go pick up a little Josh Giddey coin. But I think we got to get rid of one of them, guys. Coby White, Josh Giddey as your two main guards is not going to lead us to any type of winning basketball. I'm in favor of, you know, getting rid of them, bringing in some young guys, and just giving Matas Buzelis the ball 24/7, 365. Let that man do everything he wants on the court. We suck now. We could probably be better if we suck again next year, get another lottery pick. And I hate to say that, but we talked about, 3 years in a row now that we're going to be in the play-in tournament. We have to do something different. We can't just keep going to the play-in tournament, guys. It's like NBA purgatory hell being a Bulls fan. All we do is live off of nostalgia. What I'm rocking, like the 90s championship stuff, guys. I need another Bulls championship. I'm sick and tired of going to the play-in tournament year after year after year. Like Miami at least made a run, but Miami got rid of Butler now. So at least, okay, Miami's in the play-in. They got rid of Butler. We got rid of Levine and freaking DeRozan, who already had us in the play-in tournament, guys. So let me know what you guys think, though. I think we got to get rid of Coby or Josh Giddey. I think Giddey probably has more trade value, but I also probably would want to keep Giddey because I like him next to Buzelis. But let me know what you guys think. Who would you trade? Coby, Josh Giddey? What do you think about the Bulls being in the in-season tournament, guys? Not the in-season tournament. What do you guys think about the Bulls being in the play-in tournament yet again? Because it's driving me freaking crazy, y'all. I don't know how we're supposed to keep supporting this. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think, man. It's Thursday, 27th. My voice hurts now. I'm going to go chill out a little bit, watch some NCAA college basketball, see what happens. The Cubbies are on right now, so stay tuned. Probably drop a little video about the Cubbies tomorrow. But thanks for coming through, guys. Hit the like button, drop a comment, hit subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, you got to be one of the realest people I know. Text me or call me because you can. And if you don't know my number, just comment and be like, yo, I made it to the end because we gone. But hit subscribe, guys. We're almost getting to 110 subscribers here. I want to get to 200 by the end of the year. But thanks for coming through, guys. Stay up. Don't be crazy. Don't be lazy. Don't ever be fugazi. Deuces.